One of the questions that I'm often asked is, what causes bed sores in nursing home residents? Most people have heard about bed sores or pressure sores that happen to many nursing home residents, but sometimes they don't really know what causes the bed sores. My name is David Terry, and I'm the founding member of the Terry Law Firm based out of St. Louis, Missouri. I've been handling cases against the nursing home industry all over Missouri and around the United States since 2001. Physically, bed sores happen when there is unrelieved pressure on a certain area of the body. The most common areas affected are the heels, the hips, and the backside, which is the sacrum or coccyx area. For our discussion, let's picture a nursing home resident lying on her right side. She is unable to reposition herself without assistance from nursing home employees. If the resident remains in that position on her right side for hours on end, the pressure between her body and the mattress begins to cut off the blood flow to that area. If the blood flow is unable to get to her right hip, that area is deprived of the oxygen and nutrients the blood carries. And if this pressure is prolonged and unrelieved, the skin in that area will begin to die. When the skin dies, it begins to crack open, and if the pressure is not relieved, the wound will continue to deteriorate through the skin and through the muscle. And at its worst, it can become so deep that you can actually see the resident's bone. This is a painful process for the resident. So unrelieved pressure is a cause of bed sore in nursing home residents. But another thing to keep in mind, it's important to understand why nursing home residents experience unrelieved pressure in the first place. Why are residents left in the same position hours on end without being repositioned? The answer to this is something many people don't want to hear or don't want to believe, but in my experience, I have found it to be true, and that is the lack of staffing. One of the largest costs in nursing homes is staffing. I mean, think about it. Nursing homes are open 24 hours a day, every single day of the year. They don't close. And while they're open, they have to have enough staff members to take care of a lot of vulnerable people who have a lot of needs. Most of the nursing home employees I have met and who I have taken their deposition, they're good people, and they will admit that bad things happen to residents because they just don't have enough staff members to meet the needs of each individual resident. The staffing decisions usually come from a corporate office who is looking at profit rather than care needs. And when profit becomes more important than meeting the needs of residents, you will likely see cuts to the staffing levels. And when there's not enough staff members to meet the needs of the residents, then you find that there's just not enough time in the day to reposition the residents from her right side to her back or to her left. Missouri regulatory rules require that residents who are incapable of repositioning themselves must have their positions changed at least every 2 hours, and that's 12 times a day. If the nursing home has made the choice to increase profit at the expense of sufficient staffing, then it's understaffed, and then they may not have time to reposition our resident 12 times a day. She may only be repositioned 6 times or 3 or maybe none at all. While the longer she goes without proper blood flow, the more likely she is to develop a bed sore or that an existing bed sore will worsen. Expert doctors that I have talked to say there is a direct correlation between insufficient staffing and the development and worsening of bed sores. Unfortunately, nursing homes and the corporations that own them continue to cut staffing to the point where staff members are just not able to meet the needs of each individual resident. Rather than increase staffing to meet the needs of the residents, some nursing homes simply tell family members something that isn't true. They will say things like, bed sores are just part of the aging process, or bed sores are unavoidable. Folks, that is BS. But most people are just not trained in medicine, and they believe them, and they will unwittingly let nursing homes get away with neglecting their loved ones. If you want to learn more about how you can help protect your loved one, you can download a free report I prepared called 3 Factors in Preventing Bed Sores. Simply click on the link and follow the directions. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 314-878-9797 or contact us through our website, nursinghomejustice.com. Thank you for watching this video.